Hey everyone, it's Brandon Grass with eXp Realty, and you're listening to the Brandon Grass Real Estate Team podcast. We are the local real estate experts you need when buying, selling, or relocating to the Kelowna area. A question I get asked so often is, what is leasehold and what does it mean to me as a home buyer and as a future home seller? Well, if you have the same question or are just simply wondering about leasehold land, what does it mean to buy on leasehold? Should I stay away or is it something worth considering? Well, I'm going to answer all those questions and explain what a leasehold property is in the Okanagan and what this means to you as a potential buyer on today's podcast. If you're searching for real estate in West Kelowna and parts of Kelowna and Lake Country, you may run across a listing that says the property is leasehold titled. A leasehold property means that the owner owns the house, townhouse, condo itself, but not the land it is built on. That land is leased to the homeowner by the landowner, allowing the exclusive use of the land for a specified period of time. Most of our leasehold land is on West Bank First Nations land, where the leases are federally regulated and protected for a specific duration of time. Some of our most recent leases are for a duration of either 99 years or 125 years. These are backed by the federal government, and most of the major banks will lend here with as little as 5% down. I have linked a helpful library of all the available leases for you to review in the description section of this podcast. There are two main types of leasehold land in West Kelowna that you will find. One is a prepaid lease. This is the best of the two options in my opinion, and what this option means is the developer, before building the property, made an agreement with the landowner and prepaid the lease for a specified number of years, usually 99 years or in recent cases 125 years. This allows the owner of the home to have access and rights to the property for the remaining amount of time left on the lease. The second option is unpaid leasehold. This still allows you safe enjoyment and use of the property for a specific period of time, but usually comes at a monthly cost. This also can make lending and getting approved for a mortgage more difficult. With a secure prepaid lease, most of all the big banks will finance with a 5% down payment, the same as a freehold property. Some of the developments that have a lease fee is paid in perpetuity forever and ever, and for some you can request a payout statement and pay it all at once to make the property a secure lease with no future payments for the remaining amount of time that is left on the lease. You're probably wondering what, if any, and all of the drawbacks to leasehold land. And honestly, there is none when it comes to secure prepaid leasehold land. There is, however, a considerable amount of risk with unsecured leasehold land, especially land that is on a month-to-month lease. In any event, it's always great to get a knowledgeable leasehold lawyer to provide you with all the information you need before purchasing a property on leasehold land. If you need a few recommendations of local lawyers we work with, reach out to the team and we will be happy to introduce you. We work with local lawyers that are experts in the field of leasehold land and land titled properties that can do all the due diligence and answer all of your questions before going down the rabbit hole of making an offer on a leasehold property, before committing yourself to being exposed to potential risks that you might not know about. Now, I know that many of you may be listening to this podcast while driving, walking, or at the gym. I do the same thing when I listen to other great podcasts. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me on my Instagram by sending me a DM at brandon.grass. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have never left us a review, I would be so honored if you would do that and just take 30 seconds to leave a review below. It helps more people in the podcast app see this podcast, and that is my goal this year, is to help more people buy, sell, and relocate in the Kelowna area. Again, my name is Brandon Grass, and I sincerely hope you got a ton of value from this podcast. If you are considering moving to Kelowna and the surrounding areas, I would love to know how my team and I could help you. The Brandon Grass team offers a wide range of real estate and relocation services to make your move as smooth as possible. So feel free to contact us for more information, or if you have any questions or need assistance with planning your next move. My personal cell number is 250-212-5672, or email brandon@greatkelownahomes.ca. And be sure to visit us online at greatkelownahomes.ca or on any of your favorite social media platforms by just searching Brandon Grass. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast.